Welcome to our channel. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe to our channel. Top 10 places to visit in Berlin. So make sure to watch the full video. Berlin, the capital of Germany and the country's largest city, is also a major center of politics, culture, media, and science. Noted for its cultural flair, Berlin is home to the world-famous Berlin Opera and Berlin Philharmonic Orchestra. Today, Berlin has earned a reputation as something of a youthful, hip tourist destination that offers an eclectic mix of new and classic architecture, dynamic entertainment, shopping, and a wide variety of sports and cultural institutions and art galleries. 1. The Brandenburg Gate. Berlin's most famous historic landmark is undoubtedly the Brandenburg Gate, Brandenburger Tor. Once a symbol of a divided nation, it now stands as a symbol of unity and peace. This impressively large neoclassical gate was commissioned by King Frederick Wilhelm II in 1788, and its design was inspired by the Propylaea in Athens' Acropolis. The sandstone monument is 26 meters tall, standing in the Mitte district's Pariser Platz, just a block from the Reichstag building. During the Cold War, its physical and symbolic position as a blocked gate along the Berlin Wall made it a frequent site for demonstrations by West Berliners. It's also famous for being the backdrop of US President Ronald Reagan's 1987 entreaty to Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev to tear down the wall. 2. Museum Island. Sandwiched between the River Spree and the Kupfergraben in a 400-meter-long canal, Spree Island, better known as Museum Island, Museumsinsel, is one of the city's most important UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Here, you'll find many of the city's oldest and most important museums, including the Old Museum, Altes Museum, built in 1830 to house the crown jewels and other royal treasures. The new museum, Neues Museum, destroyed during World War II, was rebuilt and opened again in 2009. It serves as the home of extensive collections from the Egyptian Museum, the Papyrus Collection, and the collection of classical antiquities. The Old National Gallery, Alte Nationalgalerie, opened in 1876, displays neoclassical sculpture and paintings from 1815 to 1848, as well as Impressionist and early modernist pieces. The Bode Museum houses a collection of Byzantine art, as well as a large sculpture collection spanning from medieval times to the late 1700s. 3. Charlottenburg Palace and Park. Berlin's oldest and largest Prussian estate, the late 17th century Charlottenburg Palace was for decades the primary residence of German royalty. Now beautifully restored, this huge palace has many extraordinary features, including a massive 50-meter-high central dome, opulent Baroque and Rococo decor throughout its expansive rooms, and a large garden that was inspired by the gardens at Versailles. A highlight of the property's tour program is a visit to the new wing, with its state apartments and fine banqueting halls. 4. Gendarmenmarkt. The Gendarmenmarkt, one of Berlin's largest squares, is dominated by three historic landmark buildings: the Konzerthaus, the French Cathedral, Französischer Dom, and the German Cathedral, Deutscher Dom. This picturesque 17th century square is now one of Berlin's top tourist attractions and hosts numerous public events each year, including classical concerts on the steps of the Konzerthaus Theater in the summer. Come winter, the entire plaza becomes the city's famous Christmas market. The Konzerthaus, built in 1821, is as famous for its architectural splendor as it is for the first-rate performances of Konzerthaus Orchestra Berlin, one of the country's most popular symphony orchestras. In front of the building stands a statue of the German poet Friedrich Schiller surrounded by four female figures who represent the artistic elements of lyric poetry, drama, history, and philosophy. 5. Jewish Museum Berlin. Designed by architect Daniel Libeskind, the Jewish Museum Berlin, Jüdisches Museum Berlin, features a distinctive zinc-paneled exterior that makes it one of Berlin's most striking landmarks. It was established in 2001, and inside visitors will find a wide range of historical artifacts and donated collections that illustrate the long history and struggle of Jewish Germans, from the Middle Ages to the present. Exhibits include artwork, religious objects, and 24,000 photographs that have been preserved and recovered. Especially poignant is the Memory Void, where you'll find an installation called Schalket, or Fallen Leaves, a collection of some 10,000 iron faces spread across the ground. Sobering, to say the least. 6. The Humboldt Forum. One of the most popular attractions on Museum Island, a place that's already busting at the seams with great sightseeing opportunities, is the newly opened Humboldt Forum. Established in 2019, this remarkable feat of construction sees two of Berlin's leading museum collections, the Museum of Ethnography, Ethnologisches Museum, and the Museum of Asian Art Museum, Museum für Asiatische Kunst, now housed under a single roof, that of a completely reconstructed Berlin Palace. Considered to be the equal of leading museums around the world, visitors can now easily explore Germany's largest collections of non-European treasures, including a trove of more than 400,000 artifacts from across the globe. Notable highlights include displays of ancient art from Asia, along with sizable collections focusing specifically on China. In addition to its theaters, the facility houses 2 restaurants and a shop. 7. Berlin Cathedral Church. Located on Museum Island next to the Lustgarten, the Berlin Cathedral, Berliner Dom, is one of the complex's most imposing buildings thanks to its 75-meter-high dome. Built in the new Baroque style, the building is the largest church in Berlin and is divided into 3 main sections: the Memorial Church, the Baptismal and Nuptial Church, and the Parish Church. After decades of painstaking work to repair war damage, the church has been returned to its former glory, and highlights of a visit include the Imperial Staircase, decorated with bronze cornices and 13 tempera paintings by Berlin landscape painter Albert Hertel in 1905. You should also plan to see the Imperial Gallery with its splendid views of Berlin. Another popular feature is the Hohenzollern Crypt, which contains nearly 100 sarcophagi, coffins, and monuments from the 16th to 20th centuries. Try to time your visit for one of the cathedral's many concerts, organ recitals, or special visitor services, and be sure to climb the 270 steps to the dome for superb views over Museum Island. 8. Berlin Zoological Gardens. Berlin Zoological Gardens, Zoologischer Garten Berlin, is the oldest zoo in Germany and remains one of Berlin's most popular attractions, welcoming 3.5 million guests each year. Established in 1844 and completely rebuilt after World War II, the zoo has earned a reputation for its many successful breeding programs and is known for providing authentic habitats for the animals. The zoo is home to nearly 20,000 animals big and small, from Arctic wolves to zebras. Famous residents include a pair of giant pandas, 2 species of giraffe, and a flock of diminutive African penguins. 9. Tierpark Berlin. Another zoo of interest is Tierpark Berlin. Spread across 400 acres and home to some 7,250 animals from 846 different species. Opened in the 1950s, it's very nearly the equal of Berlin Zoo and is well worth a visit, especially if you're traveling with kids. Star creatures include its elephants. The zoo is known for its breeding program, polar bears, as well as a large herd of muskox. Visiting in summer, be sure to time your visit to coincide with one of the regular late openings. 10. Berlin Dahlem Botanical Garden and Botanical Museum. Originally the kitchen and herb garden of the Royal Palace, the Berlin Dahlem Botanical Garden and Botanical Museum, Botanischer Garten und Botanisches Museum Berlin Dahlem, was built in 1679 on the instructions of the Grand Elector. Covering 126 acres, it is one of the world's largest botanical gardens, home to more than 20,000 species of plants that represent the flora of not only Europe but also tropical and subtropical environments in the Great Tropical House. There are also gardens of medicinal plants and a large pond forming the centerpiece of the biotope for marine and marsh plants. If you can, try to visit at Christmas, or during the attraction's annual Botanical Night event, considered one of the most romantic things to do in Berlin in winter. Also worth seeing is the Electoral Garden with its 17th century garden greenery, the Garden Restaurant, and the excellent Botanical Museum with its herbarium featuring more than 2 million plants and an extensive library. What do you think of our video? Let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also remember to subscribe to our channel and enable notifications so you will be the first to know when we upload a new video. Thank you for watching.